Hello and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred today in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things I personally find intriguing enough for me to bring to you. The source of this information comes from the smart device application on this day, the icon of which is shown as cutoff prevention at the beginning and end of each episode. The music in the background is Turn It Up by Anikdote, which I found on the YouTube channel No Copyright Sounds, aka NCS. For links to the app, music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar. Anyway, on with the show! Today is Thursday, aka Thursday, June 9th, 2016. In 1999, during the Kosovo War, the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia and NATO signed a peace treaty. In 1985, Thomas Sutherland was kidnapped in Lebanon and would not be released until 1991. In 1978, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, aka the racist cult known as Mormonism, opened its priesthood to, quote, all worthy men, end quote, ending a 140-year-old policy of excluding black men. Now, just for your information, the main basis of Mormonism is the belief that Jesus Christ came to the Americas and the natives here, also known as Indians, did not accept him, so as punishment, God turned their skin red. Yes, the fundamental building block of that religion is racism, and the only reason the South isn't the Mormon Mecca of the world is that even they have enough of a brain, inbred or not, to not be that dumb. In 1974, Portugal and the Soviet Union established diplomatic relations. In 1972, severe rainfall caused a dam in the Black Hills of South Dakota to burst, creating a flood that killed 238 people and caused $160 million in damage. In 1965, during the Vietnam Civil War, the Viet Cong commenced combat with the Army of the Republic of Vietnam, initiating the Battle of Dong Xoai, which became one of the largest battles in the conflict. In 1959, the USS George Washington, the world's first nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine, was launched. In 1954, Joseph Welch, the special counsel for the United States Army, lashed out at Senator Joseph McCarthy during hearings on whether communism had infiltrated the Army, which McCarthy gave the famous rebuke, quote, "You've done enough, have you no sense of decency, sir? At long last, have you left no sense of decency?" End quote. In 1948, the foundation of the International Council on Archives occurred under the auspices of the UNESCO. In 1946, King Ananda Mahidol was found murdered via gunshot in his bedroom. Bhumibol Adulyadej then ascended to the throne of Thailand and is currently the world's longest reigning monarch. In 1944, during World War II, 99 civilians were hanged from lampposts and balconies by German troops in Toul, France, in reprisal for the Masquerade's attacks. In 1934, Donald Duck made his debut in The Wise Little Hen. In 1930, Chicago Tribune reporter Jake Lingle was murdered during rush hour at the Illinois Central train station by the Leo Vincent brothers, apparently having owed $100,000 in gambling debts to Al Capone. In 1928, Charles Kingsford Smith completed the first trans-Pacific flight in a Fokker Trimitos monoplane named the Southern Cross. In 1923, Bulgaria's military took over the government in a coup. In 1915, William Jennings Bryan resigned as Woodrow Wilson's Secretary of State over a disagreement regarding the United States' handling of the sinking of the RMS Lusitania. In 1900, Birsa Munda, an important figure in the Indian independence movement, died of cholera in a British prison. In 1885, the Treaty of Tientsin was signed to end the French Sino War, with China eventually giving up Tonkin and Annam, which became most of present-day Vietnam, to France. In 1873, Alexandra Palace in London burnt down after having been open for only 16 days. In 1862, during the American Civil War, Stonewall Jackson concluded his successful Shenandoah Valley campaign with the victory of the Battle of Port Republic. His tactics during the campaign are now studied by armed forces around the world. In 1856, 500 Mormons left Iowa City, Iowa for the Mormon Trail. In 1815, the Congress of Vienna concluded, setting a new European political situation. Luxembourg also declared independence from the French Empire. In 1732, James Oglethorpe was granted a royal charter for the colony of the future U.S. state of Georgia. In 1667, during the Second Anglo-Dutch War, the raid on the Medway by the Dutch fleet began. It lasted for 5 days and resulted in the worst ever defeat of the Royal Navy. In 1650, the Harvard Corporation, the more powerful of the two administrative boards of Harvard, was established. It was the first legal corporation in the Americas. And in 68, the Roman Emperor Nero committed suicide after quoting Homer's Iliad, thus ending the Julio-Claudian dynasty, and starting the civil war known as the Year of the Four Emperors. Births: Johnny Depp, 1963, Michael J. Fox, 1961. And that concludes the show. Once again, check the underbar for any links you may be interested in. Don't forget to rate 5 thumbs and subscribe for your dose of past events daily. I am Xander, and you are you. Toodles!